Hello, I'm Chantal Blanchard here at the CrashINN with Noisography. I'm sitting here with the Almighty Rhombus from Sudbury, Ontario. Am I right there?
Yep.
Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get everybody to introduce themselves and say what part they play in the band, starting with the lovely lady over here.
I'm Laura Willett and I play bass.
Leighton Drake, I play keyboards.
I'm Keegan McDonald, I play guitar.
And I'm Kenny Michaels, I do vocals and guitar.
I'm Carter and I play drums.
Alright, so welcome to Halifax. Is this your first time on the East Coast?
It's my first time.
Oh, nice. Well, how's it been so far?
It's been awesome. Everyone's really nice. And there's a breeze all the time.
Yeah, I think we came out like at the right time. It's been pretty beautiful out here.
You came at our beginning of spring in the 1st of May. So what brought you guys to Nova Scotia this time around?
We've got a 17-date tour of the East Coast and Southern Ontario. So, yeah, we've been bumming around here for a couple of days, and we've been having a really good time at the CrashINN, working on new material, and the hospitality's been fantastic.
Well, yeah, we arrived this morning, woke up to breakfast made by the wonderful CrashINN. So seriously, any bands out there, if you need to play in Halifax, you have to contact Noisography for the CrashINN. I didn't even stay here last night, and I love it. So last night, you guys were at Reflections for the Grand Ole Rockin' for Dollars. How was that?
Good. I won a shitty t-shirt.
Woo! Good job!
We saw someone get Stone Cold Stunner and it was awesome.
What is Stone Cold Stunner?
He grabs people by the head and then falls to the ground holding their head. And someone got stunnered on stage. On the wheel, that's one of the prizes you win. You get stunnered.
That's a prize. All right.
Yeah.
I skateboarded down the hill in front of Reflections yesterday.
Oh, that would have been a fun hill. How'd you do?
Yeah, I did good. These guys were all peeked out. I was gonna break my wrist, but I didn't. Playing at Gus's on the 14th, though, so we do have a real show in Halifax, for the record.
So what do you guys have planned for the summer? Any, big tours happening, festivals, stuff like that?
Well, we're going to go, after this tour, we're going west in July and August. We have a bunch of Southern Ontario dates throughout June and July, and we're playing a new festival in Sudbury called Upfest. We're going to be playing the main stage right before Rich O'Coin and Tribe Called Red. And yeah, it's going to be a big thing. They're going to shut down the whole downtown Main Street and put a main stage in there. It's like a multi-venue thing. It's going to be a pretty big. It's 2 weeks long. The first week and a half is all just public art installations and people or artists, I guess, putting up art, and then the last 3 days are the music portion.
Yeah. So what is your guys' typical process of writing music together?
We've actually been changing it up a little bit. When we first started the band, it was Mike would write the majority of a song, and then he'd bring it to the band, and we'd all arrange it as a group. But so we've tried other things now, where Mike and I have written together, or I've taken songs that Mike's written and kind of changed them around a little bit, and then brought them to the band, or Mike and Keegan have worked together. And then we've got songs that we had an old member in the band that left, his name's Neil, and we still play one of his songs that he wrote. And then just when we were here jamming in the basement, we were working collaboratively, but mainly it's Mike's the constant. He writes most of the vocal melodies, and the band just kind of helps shape the song.
We put a lot of work into it as a band, though. Mike makes a conscious effort, I think, to just bring it as skeletal as he can. But with the vocal melodies worked out well. But then we hash it out and spend a lot of time arranging the songs.
Mm-hmm.
But when we added Keegan and Laura, we made a conscious effort to give them creative input and get them involved in the process and stuff. So it's changed the way that we work on, or the way that we write, and also we've also made a conscious effort to start with our new material, branching out into different genres a little more.
Coffee break. How long have you guys been together?
The band's been together for 3 years now, and but this lineup is, I think we're just going on a year.
1 year old, yeah.
So do you feel that the band has changed a lot with new members, or does it have the same vibe just growing up?
What do you think, Mike?
I like the change in dynamic. I think, like you said, we've chosen different songwriting paths, instead of what we previously did. Before, I would make something pretty skeletal, and then we'd bring it together and sort of bring the meat and bones together. And now, like Clayton said, we've decided to approach it in a different way. We'll pair into like smaller groups. Like me and Keegan will get together and just like rock some acoustics. And I think like just approaching the songwriting process in a more organic way and not so okay, we need to rush and make a song, or we need to like throw everything together like a fondue or something, has been beneficial. And I think like overall the shift in the band in terms of the members is like not saying that the previous lineup was limiting or anything. I think like it's interesting to see the shift when you bring new people into the fold, and I think it's just it's a good process to learn a lot of things too. So.
And Keegan and Laura are way tinier than our previous members. A lot more room in the van now.
So do you guys see yourself playing music for a long time in the future? You guys just doing it for fun for now, or is it like a full career thing?
For me, it's a real vocation. Like I've dedicated the past like decade of my life to trying to get to this point with a band and to try and make a living playing music. And I mean, hopefully everyone else is along for the ride, but. Right now, we're just trying to keep it as fun as possible and not, demand too much of people because there's really no money to be made right now at it. But hopefully, we can get ourselves to a point where it could be a career for everybody.
I'm just gonna keep trying to kill myself, like doing both, until I can't anymore.
Yeah.
That's pretty much my plan.
Dad jobs.
Yeah.
Alright, so just because I saw the latest Avengers movie this weekend, tell me all your favorite superhero. It doesn't have to be Avengers, anybody.
Awesome.
Batman, I guess.
I'm pretty big comic book reader, so can we just come back to me?
Alright, we'll let him time to think about that
I was
one.
gonna say Spider-Man.
Yeah. Mine is the Silver Surfer.
Ooh, nice one, yeah.
I guess like my natural inclination is to say Deadpool. But I don't know. Deadpool's becoming kind of mainstream now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guy with one eye in X-Men.
Cyclops.
Anybody except Cyclops.
Actually, Cyclops has 2 eyes. He just wears
he
a
just-
visor. So
Cyclops is such a huge bitch.
I'm changing my answer. My favorite superhero is the Punisher.
that's
There
a good one.
you
He's
go.
Just
gonna
some
say
dude
Punisher.
with a gun killing people.
Going on with it. Yeah. There's no superhero, he's just a man.
Yeah.
Just the man.
Alright, well that's all I've got to say today. So I want to thank you guys all very much for hanging out with me today. And
Thank you.
coming and
for
staying
having
in at
us.
the Crash In with Noisography. So
Fantastic.
again, I'm Chantal Blanchard here with the Almighty Rhombus, sitting in the Crash In with Noisography. Thank you very much for checking us out. We'll be back soon, especially with festival season.